Real estate. Chat About It has a show for you with no more fighting through static to hear your favorite radio program. Chat About It is compelling, high-quality radio that's just a mouse click away. And Chat About It makes it easy to be a part of the conversation. When it's time to be heard, go to chataboutit.com, bookmark it, and start chatting. That's chataboutit.com. You're listening to Chat About It, politics, business, sports, and entertainment. When it's time to chat, go to chataboutit.com.
So much media, so little time. Who keeps track of it all? That would be me. This is Bob Andelman, and this is a Mr. Media interview. You know, MrMedia.com, MRmedia.com, brought to you today on iPhones, Android, Palm, and BlackBerry by the Stitcher app for mobile devices. Mr. Media is also sponsored by thepartyauthority.us. Planning a wedding, mitzvah, or corporate event? For any and all occasions, call the Party Authority nationwide at 1-800-DIAL-DJs. That's 1-800-342-5357, where one call does it all. So where was I before the commercial? Oh yeah, Mr. Media is recorded live from the new media capital of the world and hometown of Michael Lynch and Jessica Sierra of American Idol, Donna Stone, winner of The Apprentice with Martha Stewart, and Casey Turner of Big Brother 11, Tampa Bay, Florida. Has your television viewing been subsumed by reality television in recent years? I know mine has. Top Chef, Top Chef Masters, Hell's Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmare, Big Brother, Survivor, The Dog Whisperer, The Apprentice, original, not the extra crispy celebrity edition, and even, ironically, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, have all enjoyed addictive viewing in the Mr. Media household. I've also enjoyed, on my own, Shark Tank and Stan Lee's Who Wants to Be a Superhero. I've cooled on Survivor, now in its 20th season, and Big Brother, which is coming up on its 12th. But I'm surprisingly content to watch the cooking shows for hours on end, even though you'll rarely catch me doing anything but raiding the refrigerator for leftovers. In an age when sitcoms don't deliver the belly laughs they once did, when Lost and 24 are ending, and the best dramas have migrated to cable, there are nights when a made-on-the-cheap reality TV show is the best thing the broadcast networks have left to offer us. Now, joining me tonight is Anna David, editor of a new compilation of essays on the state of reality TV called Reality Matters. 18 writers come clean about the shows we can't stop watching. The book is packed with insights into why we can't avert our eyes from a landscape of lying liars and cheating cheaters. Speaking of which, the book's foreword is by Oprah's favorite lying dog, James Fry. Maybe Frey. I don't know. As for Anna, this is her third book. The first two, Bought and Party Girl, were chick lit novels. She is also the sex and relationship expert on G4's Attack of the Show and is a regular contributor on the news network version of reality TV, Fox. This is Anna's second visit to Mr. Media, and we're delighted to have her. Anna David, welcome back to Mr. Media.
Well, hello, Mr. Media. That was quite an intro, and it is James Fry, by the way.
James Fry, thank you. I
right.
figured I could trust you to tell me.
People say Frey, and I always correct them, so yes, it's Fry.
All right. Well, I have to be honest, probably because I've been working so hard to get ready for this interview, the only reality TV I've watched this week was an episode of Top Chef Masters. My wife, however, saw American Idol last night and is current on Survivor. Have I missed much this week? Do you know?
Well, I
Anywhere?
have to confess that I am not quite the reality TV viewer you think I am, and people think I am. What this book, the reason that it is, I have 18 other writers in it besides myself, is that I wanted to do an overview, and I only watch 3 reality shows. So it's not that, people think maybe this book is about, showing how not real these shows are or explaining the secrets, and it's not. It's basically some of the more interesting conversations I have, believe it or not, with people are about, just how awful one of the Real Housewives of New York is, or how ridiculous this person on Sober House is. So I couldn't tell you, Bob, what you've seen more than I have. You know, right now the only show I'm watching that's on is Real Housewives of New York, and Thursday's the night. So I haven't seen anything this week.
Well, I have to admit, I did watch an episode or two of the recent season of Celeb Rehab because Howard Stern couldn't stop talking about it, so I had to check it out. And he was right; that was some pretty crazy stuff. And I did watch chunks of the Real Housewives of New York City because Ramona Singer and Kelly Ben Simon came on the show separately. And but I don't think I would have even had them on the show had Kelly not been in Playboy first, because it's just not really, you know, my kind of thing.
Yeah, that's that must have been a whole lot of crazy the day those ladies came in. But But yeah, no, and I'm obsessed with celebrity rehab shows. Dr. Drew is sort of a mentor of mine. He blurbed my first book, because my book is about addiction and recovery, my first one. And I cannot get enough of these shows. I'm sober almost 10 years, so I know, like, the people who work in the rehabs. Like, I know, because I got sober in L.A., so I know all these people. I cannot get enough of those shows. Those crazy people you watch, I know a lot of them. How do you feel about that?
That's a little unnerving, yeah.
It's true.
Well, and hey, we have our own Dr. Drew connection. Diane Farr was on with us last week, going back to his early days on MTV.
Yeah, she's great.
Well, so, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said she's great, Diane Farr.
She is great. She is great. Well, so do you think this was just kind of a well-timed? You seem to have a good sense of timing with your books. The last time we spoke was for Bought, which just seemed to be a very well-timed piece of theater in terms of what was going on in society. And this seems to be a good time for a book that, a collection of the essays about reality TV.
Well, the truth is, yeah, I mean, it's kind of always a good time for a collection of books about reality TV. When I first came up with the idea, my agent at the time said, no, don't do that book because it'll go out of date really quickly. And then it's the one book, I left that agent and I sold it in the room. That doesn't happen to people like me. I walked in the room, I told the publisher the idea, and they bought it right then. And so I think that, my old agent thought it was like a big risk, but there's reality TV, these people are always in the news. I didn't kind of gravitate sure there should have been an essay about Kate Gosselin because she's the one that's always in the news, but, I really wanted it to be really, really smart, analytical people writing about these shows that a lot of people sort of deride as like the sign of our cultural apocalypse, and, to show that even if the shows aren't interesting, what people have to say about them or the feelings they incite in people are.